Hello, this is Tor. I thought since many of my friends in the Witcher fan community are currently either at a Witcher School LARP event or are eagerly awaiting the next one in late September, that I could have some fun in the Witcherverse myself and share that with you. So today we're going to play Crusader Kings 2, one of my all-time favorite games, with the mod Witcher Kings, which sets this game in the Northern Realms. And so we'll see if we can change history a bit and take fate into our own hands. And we're going to play as King Foltest of Temeria. So let's jump right in. And nothing important to see here. All right. And immediately we are confronted with something of a crisis. The defiance of La Valette. The kingdom of Temeria is in turmoil. Maria Louisa La Valette, the mother of our bastard children, we'll get to those in a bit, Bussy and Anne, if I'm reading that right, she has given in to ambitious lords that wish to put her on our throne for their own benefit. They have decided to, they have declared war on you, led by Louisa's son, Arian. Those traitors, I'll show them. Now the game is currently paused. If you've never played Crusader Kings 2, I will go into a little bit of detail, not too much, not to bore you, but a little bit of detail to show you what's going on. We are King Foltest, and if King Foltest dies, we're going to play as his heir. Currently, the Count of Emhyr, our kinsman, so he's from the same family, the same dynasty, going all the way back to the founder of Temeria, King Desmond. And King Foltest is quite an able ruler. He is a skilled swordsman and fighter. He is attractive. The books do say that he is handsome. He's mentioned in the books, which the game gives him a little bit of extra health to make sure he survives a bit longer. He's a human. We will see other races as well in this game, and he is quite the strategist. So, which we'll see in a bit as we get into the war situation. He is diligent and proud. I think he has reason to feel proud. He is also a gambler, so may take some risks, and he is stubborn. I am gonna take a page out of the book of a YouTuber I enjoy watching. His username is NG Paradox. He plays Crusader Kings in a particular style, which is to say he role plays this character. So all the decisions we're going to take are going to be governed by these traits that you see here. And let's take a little bit of a look around to see what the situation is that we're in. So this is the lands of our ex-wife, Levette, or La Valette rather. This is her son, Arian. He is rebelling against us. Fortunately, our 10,000 or so soldiers are already occupying his capital, so we should be done with this revolt pretty quickly. Let me just adjust the audio settings a bit. Right, there we go. Maybe music a little bit into the background. There we go. All right. So this is the revolt. We're going to be done with this shortly. And let's zoom out to see the bigger picture here. This is us, Temeria, nice blue, and the lilies, of course, in our coat of arms. To the west, we border on the forest of Brocelion, inhabited by the Triads. And then there's a couple smaller kingdoms here. And Lyria and Rivia to the east or southeast, Redania to the north, and then the other northern realms further up north. And but we will really be looking with vigilance towards the south, to the great empire of Nilfgaard, ruled by none other than this guy, Emperor Emhyr of Nilfgaard. And so, what do we want to do here? As the king of Temeria, and once we're done with this little uprising here, I think as an ambitious man, King Foltest will want to build a great wall between the northern realms and Nilfgaard. So he will want to be the defender of all that is right in the world. Unfortunately for some of the other northerners, Foltest, being the great strategist that he is, probably realizes that to do that he will need to grow his domain and likely annex some of the other weaker realms to actually be able to stand up to Emhyr. Now, realistically, I think this is going to end in tears, and we probably don't stand too much of a chance against the Nilfgaardian onslaught, but we'll see how long we can, survive here, and we'll take our best shot. So, to start off, let's pick an ambition. I think it is fitting that King Foltest wants to be distinguished. He wants to be known to history as the savior of the Northern Realms from the Nilfgaardian menace. However, first things first. Let's go with this one. So we do want to make a name for ourselves. Focus. Choosing a focus grants us a small bonus to one of the main traits here. And because of what's currently happening and this revolt here, and potentially some other conflicts that may happen in the near future, we will pick war as the focus and lock that in. Now, what else do we have here? Recruit court physician. I don't think we need to do that right now, so we'll save that for later. We are being told that we are unmarried, which is not surprising since our wife just betrayed us, so we should probably find a new partner to grow our realm. And I think that the Duchess here of Upper Adern is a good candidate. Notice that our heir is none of our children, because all these children are born out of wedlock, so they are bastards. The eldest, Ada, is actually already married to the king of Redania, but that means to really have our line inherit, we need to sire a legitimate child. And we have a couple options here. We could pick any of these women here as our future wife, but I do want to be a little bit more picky and take a look at these two realms, Aedirn and Upper Aedirn. King Stennis here has a sister, so we could wed, what's her name, Gundarada? I'm reading that right. I may be butchering some names, so apologies to all of you who probably know these better than I do, at least the canon ones. So we could take her as wife, and we see here that she has a claim on the kingdom, and through some careful maneuvering and backstabbing, we may be able to then later take over this kingdom here, which is going to play nicely into Foltest's plans to unite the North, which is the ultimate goal here. However, the trick here is, or the problem here is that wedding her would not necessarily work out as planned. This young king may well have children before we get to him, and then everything becomes a little bit complicated. So instead, I think we're going to go for wedding Duchess Saskia, the Dragon Slayer. That has a nice ring to it. She took over this part of the kingdom. Those of you who know the lore better than I do may correct me here, but the game does say she was a peasant leader and now rules this part of the north, and her heir is the king of Cadwin. So we don't want to give up this land to Cadwin, and we will propose to this young lady and see if she accepts. Yes, she would obviously prefer a matrilinear marriage, so one in which her line would continue and children be of her dynasty, but she is willing to accept us as husband. And look at that opinion bonus. You must really view us in a positive light. So that's excellent. All right, and we will send our envoys to her court and propose that way. So that will happen in a bit. What else? We have a council of our trusted advisors, and they work to help us govern the realm. So this steward here ought to be collecting taxes, and we will send them to our capital. What else? Perform charity, probably not. Improve religious relations. No, I think we will have him develop, or have her, priestess, develop culture. And this is where it gets interesting. The chancellor, the dwarf of Mahakam. Let's take a look. Yes, a dwarf. The Count Brover of Mahakam. It's quite an extended family. It's good. And fortunately has a claim on the kingdom of Mahakam, which Foltest rules. So he might not like us very much, as we can see here, of course. And he desires the kingdom, which we're not going to give him. But we can give him a honorary title. He is our chancellor, so let's make him the seneschal as well. I will correct this a little bit. Now, where was I? Oh yes, assigning who goes where. We will send him to Britannia, maybe. Let's see what the King of Britannia thinks of us. He actually has a positive opinion of 15. That's not a lot. He is married to our daughter. So let's see if he is willing to form an alliance. No, because of political concerns. We share a border. He's probably worried that tightening this relationship may not be good for him. Well, that's all well and good. He's not bordering with Emhyr's realm, so he can, stay back a bit and watch us be overrun by the Nilfgaardians. But we don't want to stand by and wait for that. So let's see. Maybe we can instead improve relations with Stennis, who doesn't particularly like us. Both proud, all right, so he's proud as well. What would be Foltest's strategy? So we're gonna wed into here. We are gonna befriend one of our other neighbors. I think Adrian makes sense. And then we'll probably want to expand to Verdun next, if we can. So let's start with sending our chancellor to talk to King Stennis, and we'll see how that works out. We will need a lot of skilled knights and soldiers to protect from Emhyr's troops. So let's train, and I believe that is pretty much. Oh, all right. We can send our court magician, the sorceress Kira, to study magic. That will probably boost her abilities. She has a learning skill of 6, which doesn't seem like much for sorcerers, but we'll see. Alright. With all this out of the way, actually we have one more person to assign a task, our spy master. Let's see. Do we have any other claims that we can exploit? Not really. Alright, in that case, we will want to maybe study tech. There's a decent amount of technology in this game, in the vanilla version at least, but I see it doesn't really play a role in this mod because everybody has the exact same amount of technology, so we're not going to try and do that. Instead, we are going to leave him be for now. Alright. And now we're going to zoom in to this revolt. Make sure the right man is heading this army, us, great. We want to deal with these traders ourselves, and we will need some backup in the form of our loyal subjects. Great. And now we can finally unpause the game and see what happens. So it looks like the Duchess has accepted our proposal. To the handsome King Foltest, that's us. Peace be with you. I accept your suggestion that King Foltest and Duchess Saskia get married. Excellent. And now we get to choose whether we want to levy a tax or a royal aid duty to pay for the ceremonies, or do we want prestige? No, I think Foltest is proud and would rather get the prestige from this. We can fund the wedding from our own funds. We have plenty. Ariane Lavalette has been cornered with just a handful of men remaining. It is a good chance to resolve this pointless war peacefully. And now I get a choice between offering him a chance to surrender or killing him and his small band of men. Foltest, being the proud man that he is, and having his grand plans, he wants to probably get back to building a stalwart defense against the enemy to the south. So he wants to end this quickly. And I will cut them all down, which unfortunately means that this... Oh, did it not trigger? Looks like he's still alive, so something didn't work there. Maybe they didn't catch him in time. Now the good thing about this situation is we have plenty troops, and we don't actually need to siege with all of them. So we're going to split this army in half, and half of our forces will go and hunt these rebels down and cut them down one by one. That should quickly... Oh, we have a marriage offer. The Empress of Nilfgaard, a certain Cyrilla, wants one of her courtiers to marry our courtier, but we know how we feel about these Nilfgaard scum. And granted, yes, she is northern. We will liberate Sintra in due time, but for now, no, we're not gonna let our people mix with those subjects of the Empire. Notice how it's always the Empire who's the evil force. Oh, I was wondering why this isn't progressing, and that was because I had it paused. We will now go and attack these rebels. Assassin of Kings. You receive news that the Queen of Lyria and Rivia has been murdered by an unknown assassin, plunging its realm into chaos. After the King of Aedern, it is the second monarch of the north that has fallen to the hands of these so-called Kingslayers. I think that got Foltest worried, and we will want to deal with that shortly. Our steward is getting some good work done. Toggling this will let us know what's happening to him in more detail. And he just collected a special tax for us, which will serve us nicely in the coming plans. Speaking of which, we now have almost 400 gold. Let's see if there are any mercenaries. Yes, there are. As we were fighting, oh, my men managed to corner our trader, the Baron, and slay him. Great, good riddance. And because he has died, the war has now ended, and our realm is complete once more. However, this part was inherited by his... Who is this? Let's see. La Valette. It's definitely his line. But where is our... Oh, Aryan. Yes, so this is his uncle inherited. Well, let's hope that he is more loyal than his nephew, and we will mark the Baron of La Valette as somebody we're particularly interested in. He is unmarried, so maybe we can arrange a marriage that will place somebody that we trust in his court. This courtier, Geertrud, trusts us, and she is also a pretty consummate schemer, so that sounds like a good match. Oh, but he doesn't like the fact that she is a commoner, so we're actually not gonna get him married, unfortunately. Well, good. So with the rebellion now vanquished, we can dismiss our armies like so and see where we want to go next. The situation of our wife here is pretty good, actually. She is protected on all sides. She likes us, and we can form an alliance, which makes sense, so I'll do that now. This alliance will mean that we will get an option to come to her aid, and she will probably come to ours. That's going to come in handy in just a bit. So now let's see where we could expand if we wanted to. We can attack King Henselt, who is of a similar size and strength to Temeria. We have a courtier with a claim on one of his duchies here. However, that is actually very risky and would make us a powerful enemy, so we don't want to do that. Let me get back to this view, and actually, apart from that claim, that one claim here, we don't have any obvious targets. We don't want to attack the forest here because the Dryads are as most of you probably know, fearsome fighters, and they will protect their forest kingdom. So instead, think what we'll do is we'll try to find a way to claim the Duchy of Yaruga, which will then start the formation of our wall against the Southerners. To do that, though, we would need a better chancellor. This one is not really... it does say he is considered a decent diplomat. King Foltest, I think, would have much higher standards. And let's see, Kristoff, the druid, although he doesn't like us very well, but he is much more capable as a diplomat. Or we could go for a vassal, the Lord of Erzin, and I think that will be a better choice because he is of the same religion as Foltest, so naturally they like each other a bit better. And now we are gonna try and fabricate a claim on this part of Verdun. That will take a bit, so we can, in the meantime, sit back and take care of the economy a bit. Oh. Gift of love. A page brought me a beautifully wrapped gift today. A perfectly balanced blade with a gilded hilt. That's a good fitting gift. The accompanying note says it is a gift from admiring headmistress Margarita, who heads the school here and is one of our vassals. Do we want to pursue this love interest, or do we want to refuse? I think Foltest has other ambitions right now, and so no, it will never happen. Margarita will have to find a different love interest. In the meantime, our wife has accepted the alliance. Great. And now our mutual or her opinion of us is getting higher, which is good. Now, I've mentioned we should take care of the economy and build up our forces a bit, and we'll start with upgrading our keep here at the royal palace at Kujima. And as we were drawing up the plans for that expansion, our dear wife has let's see, gotten herself into a war where she is defending. All right, so King Henselt is the aggressor, and let's see where is the target of that. The claim on Lormark. Or am I reading that wrong? Seems like he wants to grab the whole thing. That's not right. We will, of course, come to the aid of our wife. We need to pause quickly here. We see that the friendly armies are in a little bit of trouble and are severely outnumbered. So in the next installment, we will punish these arrogant Kadweni bastards who dared to raise their arms against our wife, and show them what it means to offend the Temerian crown. And that's coming up next, but for now, I'll make a cut here. Let me know how you like these first couple months. We started in January, and it is now July, so not quite a full year. And if you have any ideas or suggestions on how to progress in our ambition to become the bulwark against Novgardian expansion, let me know in the comments, and see you in the next episode, which maybe soon, maybe even tomorrow, we'll see. Thanks for watching, and be careful with